final objective is within reach.
Finally.
Last.
Yes, Cherbourg, and its deep water port.
Yeah, because using
The
buoys
9th
isn't fun
Division
anymore.
will engage and hold down their 243rd. The 5th and 6th Corps will form a defensive line here to cover our rear.
Okay, good.
What's left are the 709th and other minor units that are dug in around Cherbourg. But I would like to repeat that this attack seems impetuous. We do have reports of a strong concentration of German armor around Cherbourg.
General Sheridan agrees with me. We should strike before they have time to prepare. And by the way, where did these tanks suddenly appear from?
I'm guessing they're production facilities.
More of your infallible reports, Campbell.
Well, we don't have their marching orders, but our intelligence services are sure.
Stop it, you two.
Oh yeah, dramatic pause.
For
They
real
definitely
this
filmed
time.
these actors all in the same
We have
place.
a temporary airstrip here. It appears that they have salvaged a few planes, and they'll be desperate to keep us out of the air.
Ready to go down in the history books, Joe?
You don't say.
General, we have the full commitment of High Command for whatever we need. Infantry, tanks, mobile artillery, planes, anything.
Good. Can I get a nuke? Oh wait, no. I don't think we have that one yet.
We have a battalion of self-propelled artillery to help clean out the bunkers, General.
Yeah, noticed.
Mechanized artillery can fire from a distance with devastating effect, but it's no threat to armored units.
Reporting. Enemy has deployed a new base.
Okay.
Recruitment has started, sir. Building deployment completed.
So first off, as you're starting this, I would highly recommend first killing off that.
Unit reports damage, sir. Sir, reporting losses. Unit reports engagement in progress. Report indicates heavy
Shit.
losses, sir. Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Recruits are trained and operational. Building deployment completed. Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Unit is breaking up, sir. Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Recruitment has started, sir. Commander, destroy target. Moving for the assault. Platoon combat ready. Giving them everything we got, sir.
Dang it, that little infantry. Any case, you will want to well, kill that infantry first, most before it can do anything of danger. But also, you want to build recon in these locations. They're going to be charging at you, and they're going to be charging fast. So I'd highly recommend getting an anti-tank depot up and defending, because the Germans do have better armor than you, have no doubt. America pretty much has America has very poor armor, I will admit.
Unit reports engagement in progress.
Another thing I'd highly recommend, don't build the
We
armored
could build
recon.
some more aircraft, sir.
Oh, shut up.
Indeed. We need fighters for air superiority, fighter bombers to get their tanks, and bombers to blow their fortifications.
Take out this air depot as fast as possible with your artillery. Very helpful. Ba-ba-da. Move this way.
Head to the new position, man. Target acquired. Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed.
Hiding our troops will keep them from being targeted by enemy artillery. You'll need to take as many depots as possible to weaken the enemy.
Squad commander, open fire on target.
Just hurry before that
Joe,
armor gets
you
over
have to
here.
take out that airstrip. That's the only way to stop them.
Sir, the enemy is launching fighters.
Indeed, that's the Luftwaffe's only base of operations in the sector. If you destroy it, they're finished here.
You can't let them have air superiority, Joe.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
General, intel confirms that we have complete control of the
Okay, now this is the part where you run.
Yes, sir. Starting unit production. Unit reports damage, sir. Receiving report. Our unit has been destroyed.
Damn, they have heavy artillery, so you're gonna have to watch out with that. But as long as you take out that airfield first, you'll have air superiority again for this entire mission. Again, go after.
Might I suggest sending decoy tanks to draw off part of that force?
Unit reports Damage, sir. Yes, sir. Starting fake units production. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position. Open fire on designated target. Hurry up, boys. We got a delivery. Move unit into position.
There we go. Let's get a few more units over here.
We don't have enough supplies. Recruitment has started, sir. Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
Yeah.
Slightly low on fuel and
But no,
ammo.
try to take out their depots. The less money they have, the less money they'll be able to use against you.
Commander, destroy targets. We gotta cut a jigsaw puzzle. Receiving report. Our units are
But no, the reason why you would want to, the reason why you don't want to use a, there we go. Too much air is because, well, because they have anti-air positions. You can see over here. So if once you rid the area of that, you can then begin bombing, which is very helpful.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
So clear out this. I'd suggest clearing out this clearing out this anti-air if you wish to do like bombing runs, or if you have no interest in that, I'd recommend hitting it like this, just going over and striking.
Report indicates heavy losses, sir. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon. You have the point. Negative, sir. We are out of supplies. Enemy researchers have just completed a technological advance. New Ruse is
Let's
now
get some
available.
bombers up.
Ordering units to destination.
Ha, very nice. The Jerrys won't hesitate to take the bait.
Again, also, while you're defending this flank, I recommend tank destroyers and obviously building air on, like taking out that, because they're going to be in desperate need of cash. Especially after I do this.
Commander, destroy target. Intelligence reports that the enemy has completed new research. Reporting. Unit under sustained
You may lose a
fire.
bomber. Meh.
Unit is critically
The enemy seems to be running out of supplies, sir. It won't be long now.
Exactly. Taking out their supplies, they'll be weak as hell. And now you can just concentrate on just destroy their bases. One thing Germany has a fault at, their bases are expensive, very expensive.
Plane is low on fuel. Returning to base. We can't afford that, sir.
So, just personal experience, go after that in the infantry. You should be all set. But no, this was actually the reason why we needed Cherbourg was, I mean, you're probably thinking, oh, we had Normandy. Why would we need a deep sea port? Well, the main reason is we needed the deep sea ports because at Normandy we only had basically
Sir,
very
German heavy infantry is moving against us.
rapidly created just like boxes. It wasn't anything special. I mean, it was basically a rapidly constructed port. It was very well done and very, you know, helpful for its time, but again, nothing exceptional. So it was helpful while we had it. Nothing too.
Sir, we may now commandeer heavy infantry if needed.
Yeah,
Those Rangers are a very tough bunch, if only half of what I've heard is true.
ha 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 ha. I get it.
Receiving report. New enemy supply. Commander, destroy target. Hurry up, boys. We got a delivery.
Let's see.
Damage, sir.
General, try to keep your tanks out of the forests. They're easy targets for the infantry there.
Exactly, which is why if you do build recon, don't get the armor recon. It's not worth the price. if you do get a recon, I would highly recommend the $5 because you can have 5 of those at the price of 1 armored.
Sir, the ruse is no longer active.
But any case, so as long as you keep these prongs up, you should be able to weather away the Germans pretty easily and take this even on the hardest difficulty, which it is on.
Research is complete.
If I can make one note.
Move to destination. Full speed. Unit reports damage, sir.
Though some interesting facts on France, it was actually many people think, oh, it was controlled by the Germans and so on and so forth. What what?
Sir, reporting one of our
Oh
units
shoot!
down. Unit reports damage, sir.
No, don't move. Take out the debuff.
Destroy target. Squad commander, go to your new position. Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage enemy. Unit reports engagement in progress. All ammo spent. Plane is returning for replenishment.
Let's get some more artillery just so we can destroy these buildings and.
Receiving reports.
Ugh.
Units are under fire.
Shred that thing. Let's send these units up since there's pretty much nothing they can do to hurt us. Huh. But in any case, yeah, many people consider, oh, there was Vinchy France. There's nothing, what did they do? They were just controlled by Germany. In fact, that's actually wrong. Vinchy France controlled some territory in Africa, and they were the first units we faced. They were led by a guy named Pétain. He was he was an old World War I general, and France's how do you say this? The old leaders of France thought it would be best to send him to negotiate with Hitler because, well, Hitler would have, this guy was a World War I general. He had all the stripes, the stars. Hitler would understand. And, he did. He did understand. And that didn't stop him much. He was very lenient on France. In fact, there's a very saying that the more west you got, the less you suffered of his rage. I mean, yes, people still died. That's, of course, there was no exception to that. But it was tempered. Especially with the people of Norway. One common note is he didn't want to hurt the his other fellow Germans. Oh wait, no, not Norway. I think it was Denmark. I believe it was Denmark, where he invaded a certain. He made sure to crush them easily, but it also didn't help. He bombed a certain city that made them very, very angry at the local Germans. Like, how could you be our friends if you bomb this city? In any case, I'm getting off topic with the Germans. In any case, the Vinchy or I should say the French. In any case, the Vinchy French, Pétain negotiated with Hitler, and what he basically did was he basically made it so he was this new leader. He'd be controlling this new zone of interest, and he would be the one in charge of it. And France was going to be occupied in some areas, but they'd be mostly independent, and they'd be ruled by Pétain. Oh shoot! They'd be basically ruled by Pétain for some time. I mean, they were ruled by him until Vinchy France fell, but he'd be the overseer of France. It was actually comically also that the Germans made them surrender in the same place, same boxcar that the
Unit reports heavy fire. Commander, destroy target. New Ruse is now
same boxcar that the Germans had surrendered just previously in World War I. Ooh, bomb it. Ah, not enough. Oh shoot. Well, that's not good. Let's get some more air support.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
So much for being quick.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Move unit into position. Reporting. Supply depot nearly out. Negative, sir. We are out of supplies. Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
Dang that Marauder. It's a pretty good anti-tank gun. But yeah, Vinchy France was actually a pretty big player. Well, it actually had units firing. I mean, French soldiers fired on Allied troops that were invading. So, they were a key player. Just a little FYI. And they were until 1944, obviously, when we freed France. De Gaulle, who was very harshly always publicizing that, you know, this wasn't the true, you know, French, and how the French needed to, you know, De Gaulle was a fake, you know, things of that nature. When he got back, De Gaulle, again, history always looks at the winners, and De Gaulle was the definite winner of this case. I believe De Gaulle also made it to power after, so. So just a little tip on Vinchy France, but it's very important because they are a key player.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Flame support in progress in the sector, sir. Flame reports heading back to base for replenishment.
Okay, and with that, the anti-air should be set.
Sir, our unit has been wiped out. Commander, destroy target.
Let's send some anti-tank units over here, and some tank units over here. We should be able to crush them with ease. Again, as you can see, these units have been decayed and weathered, so they're pretty much starved of all money and things of that nature. But here, let me move these guys up, and I should be able to just floor right through. If you want, another strategy you could do is sending infantry up here. There's no recon, so you could send it through. Ooh. You could send it through with little resistance, but is that enough? Nope. Where's that last bomb? Oh, there it is. A little late, but
Sir, blitzing is no longer possible in this sector.
finally get these units over here. But no, very important part. But
Sir, their mobile anti-aircraft units are destroyed.
finally. So now we can bomb this heavy artillery with in peace. But no, Vinchy France was also caught up in a very controversial part where I believe it was Winston Churchill. Yes, it was Winston Churchill. He ordered the British Air Force to bomb a massive French navy. That way it wouldn't fall into Axis hands. Another very controversial portion. I may have spoken about that before. But again, just another part that was used. In any case, let's send these guys through and we should be all set.
Unit reports damage, sir. Unit opening fire on the enemy. Plane reports heading back to base for replenishment.
General, recon is reporting Tiger tanks.
Receiving report. Our units are under fire. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Unit has been routed. Enemy engaged. Unit reports heavy fire.
Again, by this time you should have complete air superiority, or at least complete ground superiority. So taking care of these tanks should be pretty. It should be a cakewalk.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire. Sir, reporting one of our units is down. Unit reports contact with hostile. Yes, sir. Engage enemy. I repeat, engage.
Let's take out this sucker and this sucker.
Diving brake engaged. Reporting enemy lost.
And then let's just grab the,
Heading back to base.
oh. Let's get all my units over here, and that's how you pretty much take Cherbourg. No, don't destroy it. We want to take it. Oh, shoot. There we go. Let's get our planes over here and our bombers. We need a nice finale.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit to destination.
Don't get me wrong, that tank base should totally be annihilated.
Destroy target.
But see, that's our primary goal. Cherbourg, that's deep sea ports. Gee, that is a nice vista. But again, as long as you cut off the supplies, it is the best and easiest way to take this guy out. So
Exhausted, sir.
let's speed this up a little.
Blitz support in progress in the sector, sir.
I always like good endings. So let's just take this and we'll be all set. What a gorgeous vista.
Cherbourg
In any case,
ours,
that is
sir.
how you take Cherbourg. That is also the
You've
history of the
done it.
Vinchy
The
France.
Germans are surrendering.
So
With
I
its
hope you
deep
found
sea
this
harbor,
both
we can bring in the men and material
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
to liberate France.
Yes, and all sorts of other things. Yes, good for us. But yes, that is how you get the Battle of Cherbourg on Wargamer difficulty. Hope this was informative and helpful as always, and thank you all for watching.